I'm Trace Crooks. This is Finger with Trace.
Okay, I guess I gotta do it through this ad copy here. Grab your shit and get. Grab your shit and get. Gee, Reba, you gotta give me more than just the name of the store. Point taken, though. Grab your shit and get.
Hey, everybody. I'm Trace Crooks. Welcome to Fingering with Trace. This is my buddy Jahi. Why don't you tell us about this instrument you got here?
Well, this is a acoustic bass. It's pretty much short stack. It's 21 frets. It is quiet. It's a quieter bass out of all the guitars I work with. But it's good for acoustic gigs. You know, you're not overpowering your guitarist and the rest of the band. So it's pretty comfortable. It's got a really smooth sound. I have flat wounds on here.
Okay.
Which is what upright bass players use on their fretless basses.
Why is the neck longer here? I see a bit of a difference.
Right. Well, the strings are...
It's not a personal jealousy thing.
No, it's not. It's not to compensate for something.
No,
but no, it's the reason why, because the strings are thicker. If my frets were as narrow as the guitar, it wouldn't really resonate as much, you know. Also because the depth of the bass and the tone and everything like that. If you have a longer neck, it's like you have a longer reach because these cables are a lot thicker. Then like the guitar strings where they're really thick, you can stretch them pretty much. Bass strings, if I probably gauged it like yours, like, see how...
Oh, it'd be all floppy.
Yeah, it'd be all floppy.
I don't want that.
Yeah, so the neck has to be a little longer to get those same notes. Get the same notes and then still have clarity.
Gotcha. Now, Jahi, I got a question for you here. Why don't we see more acoustic bass guitars?
Well, because a lot of bassists would think that it's kind of dumbing down their sound even more, because the bass is supposed to be the underlining sound in a band, you know. So the acoustic bass, you can't really play an acoustic bass with a live band unless the rest of the band is acoustic, or if they have electric guitars, they have to be a little quieter so you can hear the bass. Like when you hear jazz bands, a lot of times when the bassist does a solo, the band quiets down so the bass can be heard because it's low, you know. So with the acoustic bass, it's the same kind of scenario. Usually you only see it, like, for instance, like the Unplugged videos back in the days, like MTV and all that stuff.
Yeah, right, like... Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just has that underlining sound that accents everything that the guitarist is doing. That's what it's supposed to do. John Paul Jones, the bass player for Zeppelin, he complimented a lot of the bass lines, or a lot of the lines that Jimmy Page came up with, by accenting with him the same part, so it made it sound really heavy. Yeah,
like that?
Exactly.
Okay.
And also like So
they'd play the same thing.
Jimmy Page, when you listen to him playing it, it was heavy, but when he added the bottom in and played the same thing he played, that's what made them sound so powerful. And before the heavy metal term came about, they just called them a hard rock band. And it was only because they were the only ones kind of doing that heavy, that heavy style.
Yeah, it wasn't like a lot of those other styles where the bass plays on 1 and 3 and the guitar plays on 2 and 4.
Exactly. They, like, for instance, another one that Paul Jones did that I'm a huge fan of, Ramble On. What was it?
thanks again for
No problem.
for being on Fingering with Trace.
No problem.
Let's. I got an idea. Let's walk on out of here.
Okay.
I'm Kentucky, Montana.